Wayne was shocked to discover this beastly creature lurking the island of Beals, infecting the people. This was his chance. He had the creature at his mercy. He would end it all here. He would end all chaos that ensued in Beals. But just when Wayne had gotten a good hold of the beast, he got a sudden whiff of that sweet, sweet smell behind him. Wayne turned around. I had an intuition that you would come. When I got your smell, I knew it was you. Wayne stumbled back in shock and disbelief as a man hurried towards him. Dr. Hudson, you're alive? As soon as Wayne let his hands loose, the creature slipped through his grip. It tackled Wayne to the ground. Dr. Hudson immediately motioned the creature. It's okay, Harold. Let him go. He's a friend of mine. Dr. Hudson Wood always had a fascination with the animals and creatures that walked the earth along with him. In his youth, he often used to wander out into the woods on his own little adventures, only to observe the living creatures around him. He sought to understand the relationship humans had with animals, to understand these unique creatures as beings in themselves, separate from our knowledge of them. His curiosity led him to acquire much knowledge in the area of animal studies, which not only made him an expert in many fields like geography, anthropology, psychology, biology, and much more. Hudson Wood was soon recognized as an intellectual in his society. He pursued a medical degree and ran his own clinic in San Francisco, California. And alongside his career, he followed his passion to discover more about the creature world around him. It was about 10 years ago, when Dr. Hudson was about 30 years old, that he had been invited to give a speech on his research at the BII University. That was the first time he was introduced to Henry Connery, who had recently joined the faculty there. Professor Connery and Dr. Hudson both picked up on their fascinations of a world beyond the world of only human beings. Hudson Wood was intrigued by Professor Connery's views of a world that contained spiritual beings, a world of the supernatural. Though he was skeptic of Professor Connery's views, it was one day after meeting a young man who came to his clinic that Dr. Hudson was in doubt whether there could really be something supernatural in this human world. Was this patient of his a human at all, or something more? I performed all the tests on you, and I don't seem to find anything abnormal. Your condition truly amazes me. I'm stunned. But perhaps I can take you to someone who might be able to give both of us an answer. After discussing the matter with Professor Connery, he arranged an appointment with him where Dr. Hudson introduced his patient. Henry, this is Wayne Harris, the young man I was telling you about. I've only performed a few tests on him, so I'm far from knowing his true capabilities. This young man has unbelievable strength, equal to that of 10 men. His eyes see like no other mere human being. He can hear my speech from across half a mile. And the most intriguing is his sense of smell. He can detect not only the slightest of scents, but the bare scent of human beings, distinct from person to person. It's like this man has animal instincts, animal behavioral patterns, or is there something more to this? Professor Connery introduced himself to Wayne. Wayne told him what he was experiencing. I don't know if I would call them abilities or abnormalities. I've been experiencing this for as long as I can remember. They've only gotten stronger as I've aged. What is strange though is that I don't feel the effects of age at all. My health is as perfect as it was in my teens. And it's not just the increased senses I have. I have an unusual bond with animals, creatures. I just can't explain it, but animal life is just attracted to me. It's like they understand me, they hear me, and they respond to me. They behave in an odd manner around me, and odd because they actually aren't afraid of my presence. It's like they accept me as one of their own. They aren't afraid as they would normally be. I don't know why this is happening to me. Why am I like this? I've been searching for answers for a long time now. It was recently that I learned about Dr. Hudson. I was intrigued by his work and believed if there was one person who could help me find a solution, it would be him. But I've not only come to him for answers about my own self, but for a chance to learn from him. After speaking with Wayne, Professor Connery too was amazed. Hudson, this patient of yours is truly gifted with something extraordinary. But he is no mutant. Nor does he have any supernatural powers, as you may be assuming. It is his natural skills. He was born like this. He is as ordinary as you and me, yet so unique like an animal. A sense of smell like a wolf, sight like an eagle, or strength like a lion. Truly, these are praiseworthy features. Wayne often visited Dr. Hudson. He took these opportunities to gain knowledge from him. It was during this time that he developed a rather close bond with Professor Connery as well. The relationship between the three only strengthened more and more over the years, and they became companions of one another. Harold let go of Wayne at once and helped him up. Wayne looked at the horrifying creature. He was bewildered by what was going on. Dr. Hudson, I don't understand. What is happening on this island? Dr. Hudson patted Wayne's back. It's a long story. Let's go to my cabin. It's not too far from here. I'll explain everything to you there. After about a 10-minute walk through the woods, Dr. Hudson unlocked the door to his cabin. Wayne walked inside, staring at Harold, absolutely speechless. Sit down, Wayne. Relax. Relax? How can I relax after all that I've seen? What is going on? Dr. Hudson sat down in front of Wayne. This is Harold. He is not too different from you. He has the same abilities that you have. Extraordinary eyesight, hearing, and a sense of smell. In fact, both he and you are on the same path with the same mission. He's helping me investigate this infectious disease that has spread on this island. Wayne was shocked to see the creature's form shifting into a young man. How can he do that? Wayne exclaimed. Something seemed familiar about him. He had seen this man before. It was the same man that had gone missing. You were infected with the disease. You were one of the people who had gone missing. You're correct, but I never actually went missing. I ran away from my home after this infection transformed me into what I am now. I've been trying to investigate the matter since. When I realized yet another person had been attacked, I hurried to follow the screams, but there was no one there. I was too late. I was returning to bring aid from Dr. Hudson when you started to chase after me. I had no choice but to defend myself. If I had known why you were here, I wouldn't have done so. It was months ago that I too was infected like the others in town, but perhaps survival was destined for me. I adapted to the infection, and under the care of Dr. Hudson, I was able to overcome the pain and difficulties. Although I have turned into this, I've acquired a new form. I'm no longer able to live with the others in town, for obvious reasons. But if it weren't for Dr. Hudson, I wouldn't be alive today. I owe my life to him. You see, Wayne, there was nothing I could do immediately when I got here. I tried to take care of the people, but things were just not in my hand. When some of my patients fell tremendously sick, and some passed away, some of the people of Beals became hostile towards me. I knew I could figure a way, but I needed time. I've been hiding out here in the woods since then. I've had to create a new serum to aid Harold's adaptation. However, I was intending to travel to Indiana to bring the antidote for the infection myself. It's a good thing that you've come here. You've brought the serum I left in Maumee, I believe. Where is it? Could you give it to me? Yes, I have it with me, but I can't hand it over to you yet. Dr. Hudson raised his brow. And why is that? Have you left it somewhere else? No, Dr. Hudson. It was Professor Connery who gave me the keys to the locker and told me to bring it here. I can't hand it over to you without informing him. Dr. Hudson got up from his chair and paced back and forth before he stood in front of Wayne. Have you forgotten who you're speaking with? You won't give me my own antidote? The antidote I created? Dr. Hudson, I've known you for many years, and I respect you, but it would go against my principles if I gave it to you without consulting Professor Connery. Dr. Hudson nodded. Praiseworthy indeed. I've always admired your qualities, Wayne. You never cease to impress me. Dr. Hudson paused as he folded his hands behind his back. He then looked up at Wayne. However, if you cannot bring my own antidote to me, then I see no reason to keep you alive. Wayne stumbled back, holding up his hands. So it was you who sent them. Dr. Hudson, I don't know your intentions, but I sensed something sinistrous was going on here from the moment those wolves tried to attack me and maul me. Ah, Wayne, your observations, your vision, your sense of smell, your connection with these creatures, they've always astonished me. Deceiving your eyes wasn't an easy task, but I figured this would fool you, and it worked just as planned. I'm sure you've recognized this coat, this hat. I knew if there was one person you trusted, it was Henry, and when you got his scent from these clothes, you shut off all your senses and opened your vulnerable side to me. Wayne, I'll give you one piece of advice. Never follow anyone blindly, otherwise you fall in their trap. Just like you fell into mine. Just then, Wayne felt something sharp held behind his back. Harold was behind him. Don't try any tricks. You have no escape now. Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.